What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Thursday, July 9th. These picks apply for the DraftKings Showdown slate. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, real quick for those who don't know how these simulated slates work, everything works the same. You build a full lineup using the players available in the slate. The only difference is the fantasy points each player scores is a fantasy score from any game that player has played so far this year. Only players with at least 15 games played are in the player pool. Pretty simple. They just take a score at random from previous games that player has played, and that's it. So knowing how that works, we've added some tools to Draft Dashboard so you can see all the possible outcomes of scores from each player, and we show the percent chance that the player has to score in each point range. So pretty handy. You can hover over the Sim Scores button and see right here exactly what scores this player can get for this contest. It will be one of these at random. And then you can see what percent chance they have to score in these point ranges. Okay, remember, we have a daily cheat sheet for esports for League of Legends, and that's linked from the Sports tab right at the top of Draft Dashboard. And we now have a cheat sheet for Korean baseball, NASCAR, and the MMA, and you can find those cheat sheets linked from the Draft Dashboard news. Okay guys, let's take a look at this DraftKings showdown between the Atlanta Hawks and the New York Knicks. I'm going to start off by giving you the top value play on the slate. There's not a lot of good low-end value here, so we're going to go with this mid-range value. It's Elfrid Payton, projected at 29.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 6 times value. He's 5,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. An 11% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 36% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 47% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And a 7% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So this guy's a lock. Get him in your lineup. So I like Elfrid Payton here at 5,000 DraftKings salary. Another nice mid-range value play here is Mitchell Robinson, projected at 24.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.8 times value. He's 5,200 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. An 18% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 57% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 23% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And a 2% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you can see that Elfrid Payton, his sim scores are much better all across the board, and he's 200 less. But because there's not a lot of good value on this slate, you might have to fit both these guys in your lineup. So I like Mitchell Robinson here at 5,200 DraftKings salary. Oh, one more value play. Actually, this was the value play I had to use in my lineup because I had exactly 4,600 DraftKings salary left over. So I played Cam Reddish, projected at 20.4 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.4 times value. He's 4,600 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 38% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 45% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. And a 17% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. So I found this guy was the key to stacking your lineup. You'll see the lineup that I made at the end of this video, and you'll understand why I played Cam Reddish. But if you have extra salary, of course, play Mitchell Robinson. But I like Cam Reddish here at 4,600 DraftKings salary. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. And it's almost time for live sports to come back. We have NBA starting July 30th, and MLB is going to start July 23rd. But we are posting a daily cheat sheet for esports for the League of Legends contests, and we have a cheat sheet for Korean baseball and the MMA. And I think these tools are going to give you a big advantage. There's no human element here. This is a stats game. This is a math problem. This is where our tools can really help you identify the numbers, the percent chance these players are going to score within these point ranges, so you know what you're getting into with each pick. Okay, another player that I like is Jeff Teague, projected at 23.3 fantasy points here tonight. That's 3.6 times value. He's 6,400 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 24% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 53% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 19% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And a 5% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So you can see Alfred Payton, for only 5,000 DraftKings salary, has much better sim scores than even Jeff Teague does for 6,400. But if you're looking for a mid-range player, if that's the salary you have left over, I don't mind this play. So I like Jeff Teague here at 6,400 DraftKings salary. Okay, let's get into the studs on this slate. Well, this is a mid-range stud here. I like Clint Capella, projected at 38.6 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.9 times value. He's 7,800 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 3% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 23% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 49% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. And a 26% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. So I think you got to work this guy into your lineup. So I like Clint Capella at 7,800 DraftKings salary. Okay, another stud I like is John Collins, projected at 41.8 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.2 times value. He's 10,000 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 0% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. A 15% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 44% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. A 34% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And a 7% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. So I like John Collins here at 10,000 DraftKings salary. Okay, now for the captain of the slate, I like Trae Young, projected at 41.5 fantasy points here tonight. That's 4.4 times value. He's 11,600 DraftKings salary. Let's take a look at his sim scores. A 5% chance to score 15 fantasy points or less. An 8% chance to score 15 to 30 fantasy points. A 16% chance to score 30 to 45 fantasy points. A 33% chance to score 45 to 60 fantasy points. And a 38% chance to score 60 fantasy points or more. He has the most 60 plus point upside on the slate by a huge margin. So I like Trae Young here at 11,600 DraftKings salary. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck. Okay guys, if you're getting any value from this video, please hit that red subscribe button. We put out new fantasy basketball videos every single day. So if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell notification, you won't miss out on any of our new fantasy basketball and fantasy football videos. Tons of free stuff coming your way. It only takes a second, and it helps us push out more fantasy content for you guys to consume each and every day. It's because of you subscribers that make this possible. So thank you for supporting this channel. This is a quick reminder, you should be reading the comments of this video. We have some savvy basketball fans who watch these videos, and they often give great plays and call me out when my picks are wrong. Wisdom of the crowd is a great way to get a feel for what players the field likes in today's NBA slate. We also have a DFS tool that shows you what players our members like for today's slate, so you can come on in and check that out.